Hi, week 24 of Lick Friday. We're going to go right back to the beginning of the D minor slow blues jam, which has got me jamming over it. If you haven't already seen it, then the links are below. It's quite a simple lick, but it does require you kind of stepping back on the amount of force you put down with your plectrum or fingers. I use a kind of picking called hybrid picking, where I'm using my pick for some of the notes and using the flesh of my fingers for other notes. It just generates sort of different warmth to the tone, a different warmth to the tone, and just gives you a bit more in the way of dynamics, a bit more in the way of salt and pepper. So yeah, let's just have a listen to the lick and then we'll break it down for you. Here we go. Okay, so we're just using the pentatonic, D minor pentatonic for this one. So we're starting off with a nice little slide, a really subtle slide, so you're not going to put too much force on with your plectrum, into the 12th fret of the A string. So you're going to kind of slide from the G note, which is the 10th fret, up to the A. So then you're using your finger, so I use my plectrum for the A string, for the slide. Then I'm going to use my middle finger for the 10th fret on the D string. So you got, I don't know if you can see that on the video. After you've done those two notes, you're going to do a double stop, but you're going to do like a pre-hammer. So you get, or hammer whilst you're actually playing the 12 on the G as well. So as you hammer down from 10 to 12 on the D string, you're actually playing the 10th fret on the G as well. So you get, okay, so we end up with, again I'm using just my fingers, so those two fingers for that, to give you more of a sort of fleshy tone with it. Also try and whack back the gain a little bit by taking your volume on the guitar down. It gives you a little bit more control as well. So then we've got, so it's three of those, sorry, so 1, 2, 3. Then you've got a 10th fret on the 3rd string, the G, with a slight blues curl. Now that one, I'm kind of hooking it, getting a little bit more pressure, a little bit more velocity on that, a bit more of an accent, using my finger. So we've got like that. So you end up using my middle finger for the 10th fret with the blues curl on it, and then my plectrum for the 12th fret on the 4th string, for that D note. So, and then the plectrum for the 10th fret on the 4th string. So after you've done that part, we've got a nice little section here for technique. So we're going to slide from the 12th fret on the A string with your 3rd finger to the 10th fret. So that's 12, slide to 10, pull off to the 8. Yep, and then you're going to go back to the 10th fret with a picked note, and then slide to the 12. So you get this. It's a nice little thing to learn. So just run through that as much as you need to. Then after a almost 2 bars break, you end up with a slight rake. So now for this I'm using my plectrum, my middle finger and my ring finger, if you like, to go across. Plectrum does the 12th fret of the A string, middle finger does the 10th fret of the D, and my ring finger does the 10th fret of the G. So you get, now if you look what I'm doing with my left hand, this one, you kind of you're not keeping your fingers down all at the same time. Because you don't really want to end up with like a triad. You just want to hear each note kind of separately. So you can see that I'm actually rotating through. So as I'm playing the first note, the 12th fret, I'll come off to play the next note, so the fingers actually come away from the string, and then I'm rolling the first finger across to the next note, so it's actually cutting the 4th string note off dead. So with the next part then, you've got that 12, 10, 10, very short, sharp burst, to the 12th fret staccato note. I'm using my finger for that as well, so you can use either your ring finger or your middle finger. And then you've got like this pre-bend. So I'm not actually hitting a note until the note is all the way at the top of the bend, a full tone bend. So, and then you're bringing that bend down, so a very slow, sort of slow let down of the bend. So you're finishing that lick off with the let down of the note, let down of the bend, sorry, full tone bend on the 12th fret of the 3rd string. So you've got slow bend down, pulling that off to the 10 on the 3rd string, to the 12 on the 4th string. So it's, and then finishing the lick with 2 stabs of the 10th fret on the 3rd string. So let's go through that whole lick. You've got hope you enjoy it. Week 25 will be next. I'm not sure what I'm doing for that one yet, but I'm sure I'll think of something. I shall see you next week. Enjoy the weekend. Have a good one.